Listen, he seemed to be doing gay activities with gay tendencies, okay? And now we know that gays are his friends and gays are his enemies.
Welcome to Keep It, Cricket Media's show about pop culture and politics and what happens when they smack into each other at an alarming speed. I'm your host, Ira Madison III, a television writer and Fall Out Boy fan.
I'm Louis Fertel. I'm a TV writer and Jane Fonda historian.
And I'm Aida Osman. I'm a TV writer and alleged comedian.
Let's get into it.
Colton Underwood, the sentient rock formation who was on The Bachelorette and then joined The Bachelor as The Bachelor. The whole thing about him on the show was that he was a virgin.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And Billy Eichner made a joke like, maybe you're a virgin because you're gay and you just haven't come out yet.
Maybe you're the first gay bachelor and we don't even know.
And that went viral.
Recently, as in this happened 3 years ago and it went viral recently, yes.
Yeah. And now it turns out he is gay because he came out to Robin Roberts on Good Morning America, which we got a lot to talk about. So I'm going to curb the conversation I want to have in a future episode about how I need Robin Roberts to stop being the one-stop shop for mess. Come on.
Yeah.
Let the good sis do some other interviews on Good Morning America, okay?
Though there was some irony and fun in she asked Colton, is there anything you'd like to say? And then he says, I'm gay. And the look on her face says, is that it, bitch? Like, you think I'm shocked? I'm Robin Roberts.
Have you had sex yet?
Yeah.
That's what we want to know.
Check, please. It was immediately announced after that Netflix is producing a reality show with Colton about his life as an out gay, boring person. And he's going to have a gay guide guiding him through this journey.
A Sherpa.
First of all, they stole this show format from me and Wanda Sykes. We're developing Dyking Around, and I just can't believe this has been taken from underneath my lesbian feet.
Do you know how much I need that in my life, Aida?
That'd be so fun. Maybe we'll actually get that figured out.
Also, dyke is a verb. Thank you for reteaching me that.
That gay guy, that Sherpa, that Kiernan Sherpa is Gus Kentworthy.
Now, okay, like I don't dislike Gus Kenworthy. That said, if we're gonna go with an Olympian, at least go with Adam Rippon because he's gonna bring you the jokes, and he's also gonna bring you like some like I feel like hard truths about like feminization in gay culture, and just like I don't know, he has a more kind of casually academic demeanor about him and is just more fun, more of a personality.
Speaking to that, we've also hung out with Gus Kentworthy. We're gays who live in LA. He's a perfectly nice person. But I really do agree with like if you're gonna be the gay guide, everything about this show is showing me like you're giving us another white gay man who looks like this white gay man. And I was like, you know what I really liked about I Am Kate, even if I don't like Caitlyn Jenner? It was a lot of different trans women on the show challenging her beliefs about what it means to be a trans woman, particularly trans women of color. And I'm just sort of like, a show like this seems like it is designed to appeal to straight white women who watch The Bachelor and The Bachelorette and gay men with low self-esteem. Who look up to these two and, think that, like, their struggles mirror their struggles, Like, the whole thing about The Bachelor, Bachelorette is about projection. You project your, like, emotions onto these people. And that is the only thing that makes sense when it comes out that Colton had a restraining order against him for stalking his ex, who we met on the show, putting a tracking device in her car, like standing outside of her parents' house where she was staying, sending her crazy texts and the family text, like at 2 a.m. Like, if you are a gay man and you get on the internet and you say, we all know how dark it was, being in the closet. We've all had suicidal thoughts, like we need to show him some empathy. I don't need to show empathy to somebody who was stalking a woman.
No.
Like last year, okay? Like, and we all don't stalk people when we're in the closet.
Also, specifically the language of coming out can be destabilizing, triggering, traumatizing. All those words definitely apply to being stalked. So stop pretending like Well, yeah, stop pretending you're having a serious conversation about that when the way he papered over all that, being like, I made quote unquote bad choices. Oh, you made deranged choices. So it's nothing like I said there was a slip of the tongue once, and oops, there's a tracking device on her car. Like, it doesn't work that way.
Also, as proven by this podcast, there's a very tenuous relationship between women and gay men. Okay, so you need to be careful. I mean, I also don't appreciate that this new show is going to give like a quiet young white gay boy in Wisconsin this very narrow understanding and view of what his future could look like. Okay, I would love to see maybe like a Jeremy O. Harris, a Billy Porter, anyone else on this television show. And it doesn't have to necessarily be the like, oh, and here comes the black gay to enlighten this young white man. But we just provide, like we were talking about, like provide different points of view.
I would say that's where a lot of the criticism for the show is coming from. He went on Good Morning America, talked about the bad choices he made, and like how bad he felt about himself while coming out. Meanwhile, he stalked a woman, which is deranged. And then he comes out as gay, and while people are trying to point out that coming out as gay doesn't give you like free reign to abuse women. There's nothing but white gay men online like papering over this, by trying to connect it to their own personal struggles and, basically absolve this man of this and then compound it with the fact that he's now going to have a Netflix reality show about being gay where his gay guide is going to be Gus Kentworthy. It's like, so you're not only ignoring the fact that this man's an abuser, you are now putting him in this like light where it's like this is an ideal of a gay man and he's being gay guided by another gay man with similar looks to him and a maybe similar trajectory. So it's like, what message are we sending here? And that's why I brought up the I am Kate thing, because I'm like, I'm sorry. I feel like anything that like Gus is telling him about like being a gay man in America on this show needs to be challenged by people who aren't cis white Olympian men.
Yeah.
Because Gus's gay experience in America is very different from an experience of being gay in America. Unless the show is how to be a gay celebrity.
Sure, right. Put some parameters on it. No, I also would say the logline of this show makes him seem like, innocent, a naive, whatever. And I think that's particularly annoying given the stalking allegations, the stalking story. Like, that just feels gross. I'd also just think in general, obviously you can't judge the entire reality show just by the logline. Like, who knows how good it'll be, honestly. But
well, it's on Netflix.
There we are. Okay, so the circle at best. All right. But I think also gay men in particular, certainly someone who's like my age, who's been out forever, someone like Ira, we're also just suspicious of shows that are like quote unquote about queer people but aren't literally for us. Like, is there anything in this show for people like us, or is it yet another like concession to straight people to make us seem like more like palatable and like innocent and like gay culture's a little weird and we all need to take a step in? There is nothing fucking abnormal about being gay. Nothing. So this story of like somebody just needs to like sidle up to him and tell him like it's all going to be okay. It's like, just fucking live your life. Just fucking do it. And also, by the way, I don't have any qualms about you fitting in with other gay men when you are like the picture of like what like gay porn looks like. So,
Right. And I'm really sick of the people who came out with the, here we go again, gay men can't support one another. Here we go, tearing down another gay man for, sharing his truth with us. His truth is that he's a stalker, okay? Okay?
Right.
Call the bitch Kolchak, because he was night stalking.
No, it's like we want like killer material. I want to watch like, reality shows that are like all queer people or just queer people, I want it to be an intramural sport, the idea of gays on reality TV. But like, this just feels too... I think we're also very suspicious of shows that are too fucking cute. Like, gay men are not cute with one another. And this feels like it's another like...
It's very Black
isn't
Mirror.
Isn't it adorable that they're friends? Yeah, right.
Yeah. I hate calling things Black Mirror, but like, you can't get more Black Mirror than like an attractive white gay man coming out, being revealed that he like derangedly stalked a woman, had a restraining order against him, and then you're like, oh, it's okay, we've given him a reality show now and he's hanging out with Gus Kentworthy and we're just going to pretend none of that happened.
Right.
I feel like I'm taking some crazy pills here. You know, because like I feel like no one's talking about it, and he won't talk about it, so we're just gonna ignore it. I don't know.
Follow-up interview,
Anyway.
Robin Roberts. Yeah, bring down the hammer.
Anyway, to wrap up, I do want to just point out again how how underrated I Am Kate was, just in that respect of offering. It was a show that wasn't necessarily for us or for trans women, obviously, because it's about Caitlyn Jenner from the Kardashian clan is trying to get that audience in. But the producers were also smart enough to know that we need to challenge these norms and challenge Caitlyn's norms as well at her core. And I'm perfectly fine with a messy reality show about white people. Like I watch Summer House and most of Bravo, but God damn, it would be nice if a show like this wasn't just being packaged for the Bachelorette audience and not for queer people, and like was challenging any sort of norms about what it means to be a cis white gay man in America. I mean, God damn, at this point, RuPaul's Drag Race isn't even made for us really anymore, but it still does that every fucking week.
Right. It's very casually intersectional. I will pay each of you $25 anytime Colton Underwood or Gus Conworthy teach me anything about being gay, though. So offers on the table. You guys might make. Gus may read The Velvet Rage soon, and God knows, maybe I'll pick up some pointers from him. Who knows? Well, here I am once again reminding you that the Oscars exist and that I will be watching them, though. Every year, it gets harder and harder to convince people that this is still an existing award show that people should watch. It's time to make our predictions. So,
Yes.
Can I tell you something? I'm actually routinely bad at making predictions because I'm too hopeful about what I want to win, and I can't divorce myself from that.
You let your personal things get in the way.
Right.
I don't
I'm
care.
a Pollyanna.
I just follow the BAFTAs and go.
Yeah.
That's what I
Keep
do.
it simple. Yeah.
You both have just described like my dating life. Yeah, I just follow the BAFTAs and go.
I totally understand.
Okay, let's do Best Actor in a Supporting Role, and that's Sacha Baron Cohen in Trial of the Chicago 7, which will be performed in high schools soon. That's my prediction. Daniel Kaluuya in Judas and the Black Messiah, Lakeith Stanfield in Judas and the Black Messiah, Leslie Odom Jr., One Night in Miami, Paul Raci in Sound of Metal. Now, Paul Raci to me would be my favorite, but I think Daniel Kaluuya should
got
win.
it sewed up.
Obvious choice, I feel.
Because, first of all, the sheer difference between this performance and Get Out, like, they have nothing in common. He has already set up, I would compare it to Jennifer Lawrence getting nominated for Silver Linings Playbook after Winter's Bone. Like, you would basically think those are two completely different people. You know, when people casually establish versatility and are super successful at two different things, I think that's a really good Oscar recipe. And I'm very hopeful for him. Also, he's just so casually commanding. I have problems with the movie, but he is fabulous.
He did really establish versatility very quickly. He should be Colton's gay guide.
Here we go. Exactly. I feel like my favorite thing about Daniel is that he can act with his posture. Like, I have a very specific vignette of him in the gymnasium with his shoulders hunched over, you know, just fully embodying Fred Hampton. And I was like, girl, run the Best Supporting Actor right fucking now. Right now.
That's my prediction.
We're on
Very
the same
good.
page.
All right, now, Best Supporting Actress, which I think is the weirdest category because to me, everyone looks like they have a shot. We have Maria Bakalova in Borat 2, Glenn Close in Hillbilly Elegy, LOL. Olivia Colman in The Father, which, by the way, she is fabulous in, and nobody is talking about her performance. Moving right along. Amanda Seyfried, rhymes with rye bread, in Mank, and Ye Jung-yoon in Minari. Now, if I was going purely on merit, I would probably go Ye Jung-yoon in Minari, because that's like
She ate it up.
Yeah,
She ate
fabulous.
it up she ate it up in a movie that like it's not one of my faves.
I think it's like a cute
Oh,
movie.
really?
I feel like it falls just short of excellent because it's a little quaint to me, but it looks amazing, and the direction gets so much out of the individual performers. Really, everybody is wonderful in the movie. But here's the thing: I don't make the rules, and if I'm filling out a ballot, I'm going Glenn Close. I'm sorry, I'm not a Ron Howard sympathizer, but guys. we have waited long enough, and now I'm going to be sitting in front of that fucking TV, watch Glenn not win again, and I know we think it's okay because everybody else was wonderful in the category, but guys, we have held out long enough. I cannot wait till nominations 9 and 10. It just doesn't sit right on my soul. So you have to know that about me.
I'm going to go with Ye Jung.
You think she's going to win?
I have to second that, too.
I
don't want Minari to walk out of 2021 without an award. And
I also don't want the disrespect of Glenn Close winning for fucking Hillbilly Elegy.
I'm there.
JD Vance.
JD
Vance joint. Okay. The lesser JD after Power and Associates.
Read JD Vance's Twitter and you will quickly learn how much of a shame it is that Glenn Close is associated with him. Anyway. It doesn't get more repub and reactionary than that fucker. Okay, Best Actor in a Leading Role. I think another fabulous category. Riz Ahmed in Sound of Metal, our friend, lovely interviewee. Chadwick Boseman in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Anthony Hopkins in The Father, Gary Oldman in Mank, and Stephen Yeun in Minari. I'm almost positive this will be Chadwick Boseman. I
want it to be Riz, actually.
For me, it would be between Anthony Hopkins and Riz Ahmed. I think they're both amazing.
I mean, Hopkins won the BAFTA. I just feel like it's going to be this is a complicated award because of Boseman's passing, of course. But I can't imagine people not wanting to support him after his passing. So we'll
absolutely.
See,
I mean, yes, I would personally want Riz, but I think that Chadwick is going to win. That's my prediction. He did the most with the least. I don't think it was a great adaptation of the script, and I don't think it was directed that superbly.
Right.
The camera was just sort of there. But he was acting his ass off. So.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. It was a fiery performance. Okay. And now we'll move to Best Actress, which is another interesting zone. Viola Davis in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Andra Day in The United States versus Billie Holiday, Vanessa Kirby in Pieces of a Woman, Frances McDormand in Nomadland, and Carey Mulligan in Promising Young Woman. Here's what complicates this for me. To me, Frances McDormand is the only one here in a great movie. Everybody else... It varies from like B- to, in the case of that Andra Day movie, a D- maybe. It's not cute.
I mean, it's just a historical figure. They love the Oscars love a historical figure movie, but beyond that,
which is why they're gonna love Tennessee.
Girl, you're talking about real cinema.
I liked Promising Young Woman better than most of y'all, but I would say that, wow, Frances again. It's between Frances or Miss Viola.
Correct.
The star of Tennessee. So
here you go in your shameless promo. None of these would shock me except for Vanessa Kirby. So I'm not even gonna.
Right.
I'll go Viola, but I really wouldn't be surprised if they gave it to any.
I'm gonna go Viola.
Though in my personal rankings, Vanessa would be the second best performance of these. If you watch that opening scene in Pieces of a Woman where she gives birth, I mean, I rarely watch one person go through it, and it's an uninterrupted shot too. So you're really like, it's like a live theater situation, except bracing and scary. It's so scary, and she
what do
really.
You mean you don't watch someone go through it? You watch me record Keep It with you guys every Tuesday. Like
that's
I
true.
Know.
I always have faith you'll pull through that.
But I endure every Tuesday morning.
You being real froggy this week, and I'm a jump.
My official prediction is Viola Davis. I think she's somebody that regardless will get 2 wins sometime in her life. May as well give it to her now. Lovely performance. Final monologue, fantastic. I do think Frances is the more historic performance because who can mix it up with real nomads the way she did and come off so real? She's such a pro. No, I mean, they're non-actors in it.
You're right. No, you're right. You're right. I just don't like the phrase real nomads.
you could sell that in the room to TLC, the real nomads.
You really could.
Yeah.
Before you get to the big ones, I do just want to say quickly, I pretty much think Borat's going to get Best Adapted Screenplay. And original screenplay is probably going to be
Promising Young Woman.
Yeah, Promising Young Woman.
Regardless of how you feel about the content of that movie, the gymnastics that Emerald Fennell accomplished to get me to like still love Carey Mulligan and what was going on, I have to give that to her. But adapted screenplay, I was thinking Nomadland, but I'll let that rest. I'll let it rest. Just for the innovation.
Best director is
on 3.
It's
1,
Chloe.
2. Yeah.
Chloe's out.
3, sorry. 1, 2, 3. We fucked up the county, but it's Chloe Zhao. Like, there's no way.
Second place to Chloe Zhao. Honorable mention to Chloe Zhao. Just no one else is in the category. Bye.
Okay, they're gonna pay bad bitch Link up, and she's just gonna like strut up there, get the award.
All
like,
7 of
we
her.
We didn't get to announce it yet. I know it's mine, y'all. Best Picture, I think.
Nomadland's got
as
it
well.
Yep.
Got it. Yeah, sewn up. I mean, you just never get a movie that's that like visually stunning and yet such a small character study too. I really think that movie has levels to it that are just awesome. There's no
so
movie like it
gorgeous.
either. Yeah.
I would love for a Minari upset for Best Picture, but we're not going to get that. But
Yeah.
I would love for that. And of course, Best Animated is going to Soul. We don't even need to say it, but I like to be right about things. So.
Yeah, Tina Fey, get that Oscar. Listen, I know. I just want to wrap this up and say, like, I don't dislike Minari, but for me, it's a beautifully acted, beautifully directed film that I feel like the third act doesn't really take the script anywhere for me. Like the burning of the burning of everything. I was like, I feel like I'm like watching an Arthur Miller play from 1954.
Right. And specifically but the grandmother saved the seeds and they can rebuild using family. Like it just felt very like middle school
Color of
short
Friendship.
Story. Yeah.
Okay. Disney Channel original movie. The ending didn't really work for me, but everything else, like
It's so beautifully
Beautiful
directed. You
movie.
expected more profundity from the meaning of the movie. I think that's what I would say about that.
Also, I still
Okay,
think it
those
should
are
have been a horror
productions.
movie.
Oscars
I still think it should have been a
2021.
horror movie.
See if Diane Warren gets a fucking Oscar.
Oh yeah, I am rooting for her. Get it, Diane. You wear that tux.
You know what? She and Glenn Close need to team up. Okay, do a musical track together. Diane Warren needs to write. You know what? I do not want Glenn Close to win. And I want them to finally make the Sunset Boulevard musical into a film and let Diane Warren write an original song for the movie with Andrew Lloyd Webber. And so Diane and Glenn can finally get their Oscars. How about that?
And it's going to be called "The Sun Will Never Set on Me" by Diane Warren.